this will be the after hours thing. I'll just upload the whole thing unedited as the podcast.
Okay, that's cool.
It'll just be like a special episode of specialness.
The special episode, the ASMR episode.
Yeah, do you want to get gingerbread cookies and Oh, I'll show you that Die Hard.
Why did that? Why did that spawn into something completely different? I'm gonna show you this Die Hard thing.
Because I was looking out of the corner of my eye, but Ashley bought me this for the tree.
Yeah, I did
And
see. I saw this before, but I never actually saw it
whoops,
over the yeah that way. Oh, that's sweet.
yeah, as an early Christmas present, and it comes with this book too, which I'll show you. It You'll get a kick out of. It has quotes from the movie in it, like little wrapping papers, and we'll get together.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
Welcome to the party. So it's like quotes with different like scenes.
That's
in it.
so cool.
It's a nice suit. It'd be a shame to ruin it.
Nice.
Uh,
That's a
and I have a
nice
machine gun. Ho ho ho.
ho ho.
There was a lot of those costumes at Steel City Con when I was there. People
Oh,
wearing the sweater that said, "Now I have a machine gun." It was like hand drawn ones.
I thought you were gonna say some guy in sweatpants with a wife beater on with cut up feet.
This one guy and his wife, he was John McClane, and he was wearing sandals, but it looked like no shoes. And
Oh yeah.
he had a dirty tank top, and he had the blood stains. He had a fake machine gun, and she was walking around with ho ho ho.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say she had like a wig on, looking like Holly Gennaro with the Jerry curl looking shit.
I'm going to count to three. There will
There will
not be a.
not be a four.
Do you know in Die Hard 2? I don't know why they did the montage of the bad guy training
Mhm.
in the hotel, but you see his nuts.
Yeah. Mhm.
I just watched it in HD on my 65-inch TV, and I was like, "Did I just see that guy's
Yeah, you
nutsack?"
just saw like, and here's another
You
little
see
tit
and you see his bell end when he turns around real fast.
I did not know that.
I was like, "Wait a second, I seen some fucking tip."
Speaking of Roseanne, he was also in Roseanne. Were you a big Roseanne fan?
Yeah, who was in Roseanne?
He was Dwight.
The bad guy?
Yeah, the main bad guy. He was Dwight in Roseanne, the stupidest fucking friend that John Goodman had.
I'm gonna have to watch that again.
It's in the very first season. A couple episodes in, look for Dwight from Roseanne. It was him.
That's weird. I didn't know that. George Clooney was in Roseanne too.
He was. Yep, that was like early George Clooney. That was like give me a chance, I can act, George Clooney.
Roseanne was a great show. I don't care what anyone says. They had the best Halloween episodes of ever.
I know. I have the box set, and I told Melissa, I was like, listen, we need to watch Roseanne, and she fought me forever. And
Why?
then because she didn't think she would like it, she was like, I don't really like Roseanne Barr. I was like, I kind of don't either. She's kind of an idiot and says a lot of weird shit.
Well, that's good.
But
She has brain damage. You know that.
it shows. But
Yeah, she was hit by a car when she was 15.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, fucked her up. I think it was when she was 15.
I
She is crazy though. Roseanne
she
Barr
is.
is
She says
batshit.
a lot of weird shit. But yeah, though there was one time where we weren't watching anything, and I bought the box set. I had the box set, and I was like, "Listen, just watch the first 3 episodes." I was like, "If you're not into it, I will never ask you again." And we binge watched the whole fucking series.
I love it.
I love
Mm.
it. It's one of my favorite shows.
Speaking of favorite shows, you know it's a great show.
Mhm.
Breaking Bad.
Definitely in my top.
And the reason I know it's a Christmas episode, but why I bring that up is I did the Steel City Con convention, and they had a Breaking Bad reunion, and Giancarlo Esposito that plays Gus was there, and Dean Norris that plays Hank was there. Um, I can't remember his last name, but he plays in Better Call Saul.
Oh,
And
Saul?
no, not Saul, the asshole attorney that doesn't like him.
I didn't watch Better Call Saul. I
S
watched Breaking Bad from start to finish, but not Better
and
Call Saul.
and Tuco was there.
Oh, yeah?
And what the reason I bring it up is, do you know that Tuco was in Gremlins too?
I want to say
He was
yes, but I don't
he
wanna say it for
he
sure.
was like a young kid. He was one of the maintenance guys for the building.
That
I
you
think it
know
was a
what? Then no, I didn't
I
know that.
I think it let me share it on my screen. Let's see. Let's see. I'll pull up Google. I think his name is Raymond Cruz. Gremlins. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I it's been a very long time since I've seen Gremlins. This guy. This is Tuco from. Can I just see
I
a full
would
screen?
never would have I see it now that you brought it up, but I never would have seen that in Gremlins 2, no.
Yeah, I never knew until like I seen a montage before we did Steel City Con, and they were showing him, and I was like, oh shit, he was in that. He was in a few other movies.
And this also follows, since you mentioned Gremlins, this also follows under the rule of, is it a Christmas movie? Is Gremlins a Christmas movie? If we're
Gremlins 2 is
following
not.
Gremlins
I
2
don't
is
think.
not, but if we're following the same rules as Die Hard 1, Die Hard 2, and It's a Wonderful Life, I would say Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
I would
I
say
would say
so.
Gre I would say
You know what?
Gremlins is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard and It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, because it takes place on Christmas. One of the Gremlins dresses up like Santa, doesn't he?
Uh,
Or is that in the second one?
no, I think it might have been in the first movie.
And then they watch the Seven Dwarfs at the movie theater. It is Christmassy as shit.
And not only that, the girl that likes the main character, Mike, has a tragic backstory of her dad dying on
Alright.
Christmas acting as
Yeah,
Santa.
I'm sorry, but he got stuck in the chimney.
Yeah,
Did
like,
they find him because of the smell?
I don't remember, but I do remember in the second movie that they knew how ridiculous that plot point was, so they reenacted as, like, what, somebody tragically dying on St. Patrick's Day or something, or, like, President's Day or something.
On the Labor Day sale.
Yeah. He died during a white sale.
Oh, man. You know, it's another good, not Christmas movie, but that's a Christmas movie.
Hmm.
Batman 2, Batman Returns.
Batman Returns. Dude, that is more of a Christmas movie than Gremlins 2 is, or Gremlins 1 is.
We're just getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah, like, we're just falling down a rabbit hole because that absolutely revolves around Christmas.
Oh, yeah, you know what else revolves around Christmas? The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh my god. Alright, let me ask you something. How do you feel about Nightmare Before Christmas?
It's one of those movies I've seen so many times. I like it, but I've seen it so many times, like, I don't watch it at Christmas.
I am with you. I've watched that movie, and, like, I know it became more acceptable and, you know, like, in more pop culture, cult classic in the past, like, 10, 15 years than
I
whenever
liked
we
it
were kids.
I liked it better when it wasn't so in your face.
I liked it too, and why I think I like that and why it's kind of a cult classic now is because whenever it came out, I don't think a lot of people liked it or wanted to like it or wanted to watch it, and then, like, the more and more it was pushed, like, you had to see it,
Yeah,
and you find out it was good.
I saw it in theaters.
So did
I
I.
actually I saw it in the theater that's by us, well, it's not there anymore. It's near that Buffalo Wild Wings in Monroeville where that Sheetz is, where that theater.
Oh, that was Showcase.
Yeah, I seen it there.
Showcase Cinema, I remember that.
You know what else I seen there?
Hmm.
Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. Saw that same theater.
I, I'm a huge Batman fan, as you can see by all the shit behind me. I never saw Mask of the Phantasm until I was, like, in my 20s,
Really? That's what I remember seeing that as a kid, and I was like looking back on it now, it's, like, pretty dark for a kid's movie.
and that was, like, right around, well, I mean, the
Wasn't the
animated
Phantasm?
series.
I can't remember. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. Wasn't the Phantasm, like, wasn't it a girl?
Yeah, mhm.
Okay. It's like
Um,
he banged her or something?
I don't remember, like, I saw it once in my 20s, I own it, I probably should rewatch it again, but I haven't watched it since my 20s. But I remember the animated series wasn't really kid friendly either, like, there was a lot of dark nuances in that too.
Yeah. That original animated series that was on Fox was probably the best one, I think.
The best. I have it. Like I have all 4 seasons. The first 3 seasons are great. The 4th season was whenever they chose, like, a different art style and started to make it more family friendly.
You know what my favorite villain was from that series?
I'm wondering if it's the same as mine. Let me hear it.
How about on 3?
Alright, you ready?
1 okay. 1, 2, 3, Clayface.
Clayface,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. I tuned in for the Clayface episodes. My second favorite was the Riddler.
I really don't remember the Riddler from that one.
The Riddler, my favorite I'm sure if anybody else is out there listening to this, my favorite Riddler episode of all time was The Maze.
I'm trying to think if it's been so long. I think it's on, the Hulu or Netflix. I maybe
Is
Hulu.
it? It might since it's
I
20th
believe
Century Fox. Oh, wait, it's Warner Brothers. It's not 20th Century Fox, it's Warner
well,
Brothers.
Animaniacs and shit is on Hulu now, the old series and the new series, and that's
Is
Warner
it?
Brothers. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Do you know something they've changed about, Animaniacs? When they
They changed?
remember when they released it on, it went from Fox, and then remember that it had a stint on Nickelodeon for a while? I think it was Nickelodeon. I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember when it had a stint on Nickelodeon.
It was just the reruns. It wasn't like new episodes.
Oh, no,
Wherever it was, they took the good idea, bad idea segment out. With the
uh,
skeletons, remember it'd be like, "Good idea." It'd be like, doing mowing the lawn, it'd be like, "Bad idea." It'd be like mowing the lawn, they'd be like running over the skeletons.
see, like, this is something that you and my wife could talk about is Animaniacs. I had a hatred for Animaniacs as a kid because it completely, stopped my favorite cartoon that came before Animaniacs, which was Tiny Toons.
I love Tiny Toons.
I was a
And
bigger ti
Tiny Toons for Nintendo was one of my favorite games.
I still have the Super Nintendo?
I think it was regular Nintendo because I think my grandma still lived by you at that point. And that was she moved out there in '92, so
I have one Tiny Toons game for the Super Nintendo that I used to play a whole hell of a lot. I don't have one for regular Nintendo, but the Super Nintendo one, I was down for it. That was one of my favorite kid shows, and then, like, they stopped doing it, and then they made Animaniacs and put that in the time slot instead, and I just had this hatred for Animaniacs because of that. Not I never really and I never watched the show really. I know of it, I know some skits, I know some characters, but as far as episodes or something that's not on YouTube as, "Hey, this was a thing," I never watched Animaniac.
you know what, there I'm sure you've seen the viral clip of the Animaniacs, like, adult jokes where there's one where it's like, they're searching for clues for something, they go, what'd they say? Something about Prince. "Did you see his prints?" And then they go, "No, fingerprints," and then they're holding print like a
Not
pickup
on
press.
your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, as in,
I have seen that one,
like,
that's good.
fingerprints. Like, that would not slide today.
So,
You said so?
well, that reminds me because whenever you were saying they'd, like, cut things out, um, what did you mean? Because that reminded me of something
So,
else.
um, I remember for a brief stint of time, I don't know if, like, on Hulu, it's back in there, but, there's these shorts in between, like, actual Animaniac cartoons. They're, like, 20 seconds. It was like, "Good idea." And it'd be like I said, it'd be like it'd show, like, a skeleton dad and a son. They'd be, like, mowing the lawn. It'd be like, "Bad idea, mowing the lawn." They would say the same thing, but then one would be, like, laying under it, and then it's, like, doing some fucked up. It'd be like, "Good idea, changing a light bulb." And it would, like he'd be changing a light bulb, like, "Bad idea," and he would, like, touch the inside of the light bulb and get electrocuted.
I vaguely remember this, like,
And
I remember
they'd
these
be, like,
skits.
10-second shorts in between cartoons, but they cut them out for a long time, and I don't know if they ever made them back in.
This reminds me of, like, Beavis and Butthead where they would show you the cartoons, but they wouldn't, well, on the DVD releases, they wouldn't give you the music that they were
Yeah.
and that was, like, the best part of Beavis and Butthead,
Yeah, it's
was
like
them cutting up on music videos.
it was like Mystery Science Theater 3000, but with music videos.
Exactly, but the one thing that made me think of it whenever you said they cut things out, do you there was a lot of things in Rocko's Modern Life that was very adult
Oh,
oriented.
yeah. I
Yeah.
have them all downloaded,
See,
actually.
You have them downloaded. You might have them as they were whenever they were released on Nickelodeon. I have the box set,
I have them
and
downloaded. I downloaded them in 2005. I was still living at my mom's house. I just graduated high school, and I downloaded them. So there was no box set yet because I looked because I wanted a box set of them, and I download. They're ripped off of someone's VHS that they recorded, and I downloaded those.
I might need to grab a couple of those from you because, like, I forget what
I'm on a
episode it
USB
was.
drive, so you can. They're in SD though. Like I tried to watch them on the TV, and
Oh,
they're
I don't
shit.
care.
They're
It doesn't
shit.
matter what it is to me. The remember the one episode? I can't remember exactly what they were doing, but the one episode where Heifer and Rocco go into, like, they need to stay somewhere and they get a hotel room and it's like the
Oh baby, oh baby, oh.
no, that I think that's cut too.
Oh no, you're talking about where they pay by the hour?
They pay by the hour and they have like the honeymoon suite with like the heart tub and the heart
Yeah,
bed.
and
And then there's like weird grunting.
they tell him they tell him they'll need the whole night. He goes, "Oh, all night long?"
Yeah, like that's cut. That's cut from the fucking box
Is
set.
it really?
Yeah.
That's
Like
terrible.
the adult jokes were cut from the box set.
Ho Did you know in Rocko's Modern Life, there's always, like, almost nudity, remember? Like, when they went to the health club and, like, tore it down, they're, like, showers, you see the girls that cover
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, they're covering up and they have like the black bar. The It had such questionable, this is probably why we're fucked in the head.
Yeah.
Um
Do you know the voice of,
Virginia Woolf is SpongeBob.
Heifer? Heifer's SpongeBob.
No, Virginia Woolf.
Heifer too. If you watch his YouTube videos, he does Heifer sometimes.
Does he? Was he the voice of Heifer?
Mhm. He was
I will
talking. Do you know they made SpongeBob because
of Rocco.
it got canceled because they said there was too much adult humor,
I do remember that.
which is funny. Like that was like his project, and then they moved to SpongeBob because of too much adult humor.
Which is okay. Like if Rocco was good for its time, it definitely wouldn't be what SpongeBob is though.
SpongeBob is fucking hilarious, but I don't know. Like Rocko's Modern Life for me, it's like one of those things. It's so iconic. Like when I watch clips on YouTube or something, like I can almost feel the summer air of like 1996. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I can when I play the game and they're on the beach, I can almost feel like how we felt in those summers going outside playing.
The first thing that I think of whenever I think of the
Smoke
video is just he's eating smut.
is and then you have to punch the pelicans.
And he does. It's funny, the episode where he punches that old bully from his childhood, the one that becomes a monk,
Oh yeah.
and he like punches him in the nose.
He says, "Rocco, I want you to punch me in the face." Okay.
Yeah, okay, wham! Like he just lays him out. And the punch animation that he does when punching that dude is the same punch animation that he does in the Rocco game, which I appreciate. Like it's little details like that.
You know what? Um, remember when Filbert's getting like real crazy and he thinks that Mama Rocco's not real and he's gonna launch
Oh yeah.
he's gonna
Mama Rocco.
he's gonna launch her on a he thinks it's Rocco dressing up, so he's gonna put him on a rocket and shoot him to the moon. He's like, "Oh, I'm coming, Mama
Mama
Rocco."
Rocco, and then Rocco comes in and he just like loses everything. He has no touch of life right now. Everything was a lie up until this point.
And he looks up at the rocket shooting.
Yeah.
The Rocco Christmas episode was a banger too. It's the one where the clouds were constipated so it couldn't snow,
Oh yeah, I
and
forgot about that one.
the elves move across the street.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Holiday episode that sticks out in my mind is Earth Day.
Oh, yeah.
The RECYECLE recycle. Better recycle or else you're gonna get
Speaking
what
of
you deserve.
speaking of, the Talk Boy, I remember what episode of Rocko's Modern Life I had recorded on the Talk Boy. Here's the one where
Wait. Is it Filbert's bird?
no, that's a
Oh,
good
okay.
one. Turdy was bird.
Turdy. Yeah, Turdy was bird. Sob.
No, it was the episode where, Rocco thinks Mrs. Big Head killed Mr. Big Head.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I, like a psychopath, I left the Top Boy there, and I'd record audio versions of all the shows, and then I'd listen to them at night when I'd sleep, and that was the episode I had recorded
That's funny.
on tape, and then it had Stickly in the middle and Salute Your Shorts.
See, like, that's funny because whenever I was a kid, you used that with the Talk Boy. I had my, my boombox.
Yeah,
It
the
was just like
decent
a
little
regular.
radio show.
Yeah, the DLRS, yeah, oh my god, DLRS.
Yes,
I completely forgot
that's
about
an
that.
inside joke. That's an inside thing, but it's an inside thing. But for what people don't remember or
Or don't know.
don't know, I should say, the Grib over here, he made a radio show. How old were you? Like it was like your fifth, like it had to be fifth grade. And
Yeah, right around that time.
I say that because Resident Evil, the original one on Saturn, came out in 90, end of 95, early 96, and we were in fifth grade when that came out. So, and I remember being at your house before that, and you had the, what was it, DL?
It was the DLRS. It was me and my friend Mike and his younger,
Brother
brother
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
They had a little
Uh,
radio show that they made on
a boombox, like a
yeah,
cassette tape. You hit play and record at the same time on a blank tape, and it recorded everything
yeah,
you
but they
did.
recorded voices, so they would like do intros, like they had like skits, and then you'd record music and then stuff. And I remember hearing that, I was like, "The fuck!" Like I had
It
no
was
idea.
podcasting before podcasting, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it was like 1996. Tell Joe Rogan you want some of that money.
I know, right? Like that was what we were doing. We had skits, we had like just off the cuff stuff,
It
like what we're doing. We
it,
would
it was
like
it was like a
fart into
mix.
the.
It's like a mix.
You just.
It was like a mix of Mystery Science Theater 3000 and like Beavis and Butthead because we were kids and loved Beavis and Butthead at the same time.
Like you hear one person singing in the background, and then the other two are like assaulting each other. You hear suplexes going off in the background.
This one we used to make like guns out of Rector sets and just go around the neighborhood.
No Legos. I had this is
You had the
what all right.
funnest.
This was 1998. Yes, 'cause this was 1998 because that's whenever Metal Gear Solid was released, and I made the SOCOM pistol out of Legos. I made the FAMAS rifle out of Legos, and it had retractable and insertable clips. That was like the best part.
I remember that like how long it took you.
It was ridiculous. It was a ridiculous amount.
Did you glue them? I can't remember if you glued them
No,
together.
I didn't, but Mike, whenever he made some guns out of Legos, he glued them together.
One of us was smart.
Yeah.
Wonder what he's doing now.
I don't know.
Still gluing Legos.
Yeah, I still glue. Like I wish I knew. I'd say hi.
Fucking around with them Legos.
It's been a few years,
Fucking
decades.
damn. Like the think like all of that. What were we saying about Rocko's Modern Life and like different kid shows like that?
See, like I like revisiting a lot of the old kid shows as a kid. Kid shows as a kid. Rocco's Modern Life. I remember. Yeah, Rocco's Modern Life was the one that I was mentioning. It had like a lot of cut content from it because I guess Nickelodeon wants to kind of preserve some of that kid friendly image.
Boo.
I know, but like I still have a lot of the box sets like Our Monsters and Angry Beavers.
Angry Beavers was good. This is gonna be so random.
Okay.
Norbert, the brown one,
Mhm.
the light brown one from Angry Beavers, for some reason, he just reminds me of Kevin Nash the way he talks.
That is very
Every time
off the cuff.
I always think of like Kevin Nash, like not like the Outsiders Kevin Nash, but like when he does interviews now, just kind of seems like very Kevin Nashy.
I have to watch Angry Beavers now to see if I can see or feel what you're seeing.
Yeah, I don't know. Um, Another banger of a show from Nickelodeon's heyday when like Nickelodeon was great. Nickelodeon sucks now, but it was
It
great.
does.
Do you remember What Would You Do?
Oh, absolutely. I just seen now that you
Speak,
mentioned it, Yeah, like I just
Cream pies.
saw.
That's what the cream pie.
Speaking of cream pies, let me tell you something.
Mark Summers did this to us. Yeah, he was handing out cream pies left and right.
Yeah,
He had a
and that's
roller coaster with cream pies.
I remember that. What would you do? And then there was a giant cream pie at the end of it.
Remember, and then he could send your mom down a slide with the cream pie.
Yeah, he also did it on Double Dare.
Yeah, it's like, damn, that
I
dude
just
was.
seen a I seen a TikTok the other day. He's doing like podcasting shit too.
He was in a bad car accident. That's why Mark Summers took a step back from being in front of cameras a while back.
Oh, yeah?
He was doing that show.
It was
Can't
like
remember.
some kind of National Geographic show, wasn't it?
It was like this was back when he did like the travel show thing, where it's like where they went
Yeah.
to. It's like what it wasn't. How was it made? It was like something like that though. But they went to like Dairy Queen and like different factories, and he would show. But he was in a bad car accident. He had face surgery to reconstruct.
I was wondering why he looked a little different when I saw him on the TikTok video that I saw him on.
Yeah, so he stepped back to do more behind the scenes and produce work after that.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was around 2010, 2015, somewhere around there, between
Damn.
that area. Um, there's a one show that fucking a Nickelodeon show. It's just like, and I know you'll have the same feeling when I bring this up. Legends of the Hidden Temple,
I knew it was coming at some point.
dude. No, I would fucking go in fits of rage when people try to put that silver shrine, the monkey, together.
And they would put it together like the head's backwards or the body's
Or
backwards.
they try to put the head down first and wonder why like it didn't work.
It's like, have you never watched the show before? It was just like
Not even that.
8-year-old
Have
us
you never seen a
bitching.
monkey?
Yeah.
Like, dude, the head doesn't go first, you fucking asshole. Like it's literally the feet, the body, the head, and they'd be like,
I'm like, how monkeys? How do they work?
like the head was like obviously it was the long stick that went through the body, and they would be like trying to put it.
Yeah, and then you had like the square base, and then like people will put the square base backwards.
I mean, I understand they're children, but like they're like 12, 13. Like, come on, like
Yeah, like you can do this.
imagine them making toast.
Burn the fucking house down.
Like
But
shit. The
now
barracuda, like the fucking silver snakes and the blue barracudas, they always
the
whoever the orange team was, they never fucking made it past that first
no.
raft. The kid always drowned. That little raft thing that pull. That temple, the
The
temple's
red
like,
team.
give me my sacrifice now.
Yeah, I remember Old Mac too. Like I remember the one episode. I don't know why it stuck out to me, but it was the one episode where the host didn't say hi to Old Mac, and you just hear him in the background. He's like, and his eyes like lit up red. He's like, "Oh, sorry, hi, Old Mac." But yeah, I'm with you. Red team, orange team, never made it. It was always the silver snakes, the blue barracudas, the green monkeys,
And I'm gonna say something.
or
I'm gonna say something, and this is from the lens of a kid,
okay.
because obviously, I'm not saying this is a 30-some-year-old man.
Oh boy.
When when I was a kid, I was like 6 or 7. I just remember having a huge crush on one of the girls from Global Guts. I don't remember which one it was because I haven't seen that in a long time.
Is it Mo?
I don't know. I don't know.
Mo
She
was the chick who would
British
always
one.
tell you. Yeah, Mo was the chick who would always tell you the rules of the game.
Dude, I thought she
Mark,
was.
here we go.
I can't remember, but I'm gonna have to watch it now and see.
On your mark, get set, and then she would always blow the whistle.
I know that I wanted a piece of that aggro crag in the worst way.
They were selling some of the pieces of the aggro crag on eBay. I don't know if it's authentic, but it says it's authentic.
They have someone on Etsy makes like one that glows and it looks exactly like it did on the show.
Really?
And I almost bought it for you as a gift, but it was $120. And I was like,
Jesus. That would literally be mounted like right on top of my shit up here.
and
It would.
came with the metal too. It came with the metal and the crag. I was like,
Oh, no kidding.
I need that for after I'm done fucking. And I hit the buzzer and just picked
Hold
it.
it up above.
That's like the same equivalent of like drinking the Kool-Aid butt naked in the fucking fridge door. When you bust them walls down, you get some of that crag, that aggro crag.
So,
Yeah, it's hard to go
remember
after
Wild
that, after do fucking like that.
I know, like, I'm thinking of other Nickelodeon shows, but I'm like, nothing compares
Uh,
to
what's the game? Nick Arcade?
Nick Arcade was my jam, of course, I'm the gamer
I
guy.
I I wanted to go in remember when they went in the game and they're like,
Dude, those arcade games that they played, they're like 90 times harder than the actual game was. They're like, "Oh, get 50 rings in the
Ghouls
first."
and they always played Ghouls and Goblins, or like they always picked to play that one.
Yeah, like, I would be pumped when I would see Sonic, like, I was like, "Play Sonic," and they're like, "Let me play Ghouls and Goblins." They're like, "Okay, beat the game in under 30 seconds." And, like, you can't even live in 30 seconds in Ghouls and Goblins, especially if you've never played it.
I've only played it once, and is the only reason I even tried it was because of Nick Arcade.
That game is miserable if you don't know what you're getting into.
Fucking they had some like shit when we were kids. They had some good shit.
Do you remember Wienerville?
Fuck yeah, Mark.
I remember that scream from Wienerville. That is like
Remember
iconic to
remember
me.
the baby with his head
Yeah, the baby, and then like
and
the
Boney, leave me alone.
yeah.
Wasn't there like a genie or something?
I
Or
think
is that
that's
some?
I think
Oh,
that's
that's Pee
Pee
Wee
Wee
Herman. That's Pee
Herman.
Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's his name? Mikalika Mikahaini Ho.
yeah.
I can't remember
I
his name though.
JD. I can't do it. Pee Wee Herman.
Ah!
The what? You know what the word of the day is?
Boner in public. Ah!
It's cream pie.
For Christmas. Ah!
You know what? Pee Wee Herman was an OG though. Remember, he thought Francis stole his bike, so he went over his house
So
immediately.
he gave him gum that was laced with like ecstasy.
No, he immediately went over his house and tried to drown them. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was like, "Give me my bike, you fat fuck." I'm like, "Damn, he fucking drowned this dude right."
Oh shit.
He was like, "You know what? Fuck that shit." But speaking of Nickelodeon shows, I'm trying to think what Salute Your Shorts was like the shit
That's
when
my
we were kids.
show.
Hey dude. Hey dude.
I was a big fan of Hey Dude. I don't know why either, but I remember having a big crush on Melody in Hey Dude.
I don't remember, but I feel like I did too. Melody sounds like a name I would try to cream pie.
Yeah. I'm gonna give her a stocking stuffer for Christmas.
Girls named Melody, they only go two ways. They either have flat asses or really fucking juicy fucking clappers. You know it's true.
I don't remember Melody and Hey Dude. I actually don't remember much about Hey Dude other than and that killer cacti. Hey Dude.
I always want to know what an awful waffle was from Sleep.
Right? And then they like held him down and then they
Yeah.
grabbed the maple syrup and grabbed
That
the
was
funnel. Like, like what is happening?
um fuck. There was a lot of good shows that Nickelodeon was definitely better than Disney to me when I was a kid.
So I remember seeing this thing on TikTok. It was like there's three choices. There's Nickelodeon,
Cartoon
Disney, or
Network is
Cartoon
no.
Network.
I don't even they don't even get to stay in the conversation.
See,
No.
I can
No.
I don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest. For me, it's Nickelodeon, 100%. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two is Cartoon Network. Number three being Disney, and Disney doesn't even compare to the two.
Disney had a few. They had Tailspin,
Yes,
DuckTales,
yes,
Darkwing Duck,
yes.
and
Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
the video game was the shit. I
Mm.
love that game.
That's my
Uh,
fucking jam. I just beat it on stream like a couple months ago. I love that
you
game.
prick.
I know it took me like almost 30 years, but I finally did it.
Shut up. I can see your parmesan. Um,
Nickelodeon cartoons were top tier though.
I don't know, like old school Cartoon Network's better than new school for sure.
Cartoon
Mojo
Network,
Jojo.
Yes, Powerpuff Girls,
Ch-ch-ch-ch.
Courage the Cowardly Dog,
Um,
Cow and Chicken for how weird it was.
yeah. They all had they all had the same animation style, which was what I didn't like. I just didn't like the animation style. Like Rugrats was the bottom tier in Nickelodeon. I did like it when it was like mid grade, when it was like a few seasons in.
See, like, whenever I first got introduced to Nickelodeon, I woke up early on a Saturday and I
You
was
remember the
flipped.
day?
I do, I remember it. The first cartoon that I ever watched from Nickelodeon whenever I first found out about it was Doug.
Doug premiered in '92, at least the first episode, because they did Are You Afraid of the Dark? An episode in '92.
I didn't know that.
Or I don't know if it's '92 because they did Rugrats and Are You Afraid of the Dark the same night, I think.
It was on a Saturday, so I don't remember exactly what year it was, but I do remember I was watching Doug, and then right after it
That's when I
was
lived by you.
Rugrats.
That's when I used to live by you.
Was that?
Yep. It was '92 because I moved out in '92, and I remember seeing it, and I seen Are You Afraid of the Dark as the werewolf episode, and he had the spider in the vial. I was fucking terrified.
First Are You Afraid of the Dark episode I remember was The Clown in the Carnival,
The
that where
first
he
one
stole his nose.
yeah, fuck, I can't remember his name. It's like fucking fuck. I
I can't
just
remember it either.
Will come to me. Um, of course, we said Rocko's Modern Life. That was a god tier cartoon for me.
How do you feel about Ren and Stimpy as an adult?
Doesn't hold up like it used to when I was a kid.
It really doesn't.
I did not like when they brought it back, like, and try to make it too adult. But I watched some of the old episodes. The good thing about it was, like, remember they did like the crusty nose, like the close ups and stuff like that.
Like, it
But
was disgusting, and that was basically
but,
what was god tier in the '90s was disgusting.
but there was a couple episodes that do hold up, like the Don't Whiz in the Electric Fence.
Yeah, don't whiz on the electric
The
fence.
best part when Ren goes crazy and he's like, "I'm gonna hit ya in
And
your
you're gonna
girl."
fall.
That's like etched into my mind.
But first, I'm gonna piss on your board game.
I have something that a memory that just unlocked that you might remember and you might not.
Hit me.
So where I used to get the stuff was at Hills. They don't have those anymore.
Yeah.
So I remember it was my friend Eric's birthday, and I was in third grade, and I went into Hills, and they had that machine that can make cards. Remember, you could hit a button and make a birthday card. You could select different things. So they had a Nickelodeon one. You could type in the person's name, Eric, and you put happy birthday. And it's basically kind of like a printer. It would just like print out the thing for you. But
Yeah.
I remember I got him a gift card, but I got myself some slime gum from Nickelodeon. You remember that shit?
I don't remember that.
It's so it was like gum. It came like it looked like a little tab. It was a green tab that said Nickelodeon slime, and it was square, but it had like a hard tab, and it was like kind of like the size of like bubble yum or something, like in like the pack.
Yeah.
You chew it, and it would turn like it would go to slime in your mouth, and then you'd have to chew it real fast to get it to go back to gum.
What? No, I don't remember this.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see if I can find it right now. See, I
I don't remember that at all. The thing that popped in my mind whenever you were talking about it was Bonkers. Do you remember Bonkers?
it was kind of like that.
Like, Bonkers were like Starbursts on roids. Like, all it did was just create grape, strawberry, or lemon liquid in your mouth. It just turned your spit into juice.
I can't spell for shit, so I'm gonna share screen. Yep, they've up. It's on here. Let me and can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
1997. Okay, bubblegum.
What? No, I don't remember this.
So they had the Are Real Monsters gum, this Chewology gum, and this slime. So you would chew it. Look, it says take the green slime challenge. Can you make it through the slimy chew? but it would be like liquid in your mouth, kind of like almost like I can't remember like that sour candy. It has like the gel. It'd be like that consistency, but you chew real fast and it turned back into gum, and it would only do it when you first started chewing it.
Huh. No, I've never tried that before.
It wasn't all around long, for sure.